You probably didn't expect to see me so soon since the last one. Yeah, me either. But apparently, here I am. So, remember I talked about the second 222 message that was linked to the live that I did right before this one. I'll be sure to link it down below. But this one, I channeled this 2 days ago, and I was like, I feel like it's time, but it's not time yet. So again, 222, your higher self has picked you like a flower, chosen, and flowers don't pick themselves. So one thing about me is I am not the type of person to pretend like, oh yeah, I know everything about everything. All I know is like what's in front of my eyes. And even the stuff that I tell you guys that I feel like I know is always based on theories. And I like to think that when I leave this life, that then I will know what theories were accurate and true and which ones were close, but not quite on the mark. And so, with that being said, when it comes to this higher self thing, I believe that your higher self is your closest connection to the one source, or the one true God. And that's why they say that we need to be elevating and getting in higher vibrations, because the higher you vibe, the closer you get to your higher self, thus getting easier information, which is closer to God. I just feel like that's literally what it is. Like when people are vibing low in their lower self and their lower chakras, and they can't get all them colors up there, it's because they're too focused on one thing and not on another thing. Like God says, seek and ye shall find. You seek God and you will find. You seek a higher place, you seek your higher self, you shall find your higher self and God. So you've done something, said something, felt something, blah, 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 blah. I think you've let go of some beliefs, or you've let go of some people, or you've let go of some habits, you've let go of some, I heard you let go of some strategies or tragedies. Okay, yeah, it's tragedies. You've let go of some tragedies that you may have experienced in your life. Okay. And so I find it very intriguing that, again, I wrote this 2 days ago, and I just pulled the cards just now, and look what came out. Higher power. This is the higher self card, in my opinion. Look at you. This is your higher self with all the golden wisdom. And this is your lower self, like, oh, I need to get as close as possible. And I think it's intriguing that the lower self is kind of placed where the solar plexus is, because I feel that's where everyone gets their energy from, is solar plexus, the sun. Like I said, I know for a fact I said that in the live. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Oh, it's all coming together so beautifully. Yesterday's pick a card where it said you are crowned the realist. That reading, I'll link that down below as well. I specifically talked about solar plexus and you have to be confident. You have to be in your solar plexus energy to absorb energy from the sun, solar, God. All right. All right. Boom. So let's go ahead and get it. We have Lilith with taboo, and this immediately makes me think of Lilith being in the woods, in the wilderness, and hearing God's voice. It may not have been what people expected of the path to God to look like. Ooh, yeah. So you may have taken a darker path to God, and that doesn't mean that you are evil, okay? It's not that. It's just the darker path is the path less traveled, the path less taken, or the path that it doesn't have any lights on it. You know how certain highways that aren't used that often, there's no lights on that highway. So you really taking a chance going down this highway that has no lights. That's what I'm talking about here. You were in this wilderness. But you happen to be the first one to put lights on this street, to put lights on this path, to light this way. And when I say first, what do I really mean by that? You probably just popularized it in your general vicinity, if you will. Your higher self has picked you to redefine, redetermine. I don't know why I'm hearing wind chimes, but I'm not near any right now. So someone that's watching is around some wind chimes. Like you're like outside on your front porch or something like this, and you have wind chimes near you. And it's like a really nice day outside. You might even be in like a rocking chair or something. But anyways, You might be like in the countryside. I don't know why spirit really wants you to know that you're not whoever I am talking to that's in that kind of vicinity or setting. Spirit wants you to know that you're not alone, first of all, and you're not crazy. Like I feel like you watch content like this and you question the validity, or you question your sanity. And that's exactly what we're talking about here is you're literally taking a path less traveled. People don't usually talk about higher selves. We're in the midst of a real transition here. Think about when they were making cars and shit, or when they were inventing electricity. Imagine being one of the first people on that bandwagon. Everyone's gonna look at you like you're fucking crazy until it's done. And that's what your higher self wants you to see. You're leading some sort of transition, even if you're not the first one. Because I mean, who can really see the first car in the line of trains? You know, who can really see it? It's like this train is like millions of cars long, but you're on one of them, and this is the first train. It doesn't matter who's ahead of you. Just focus on where you're at on this path, on this journey. But also know that, again, y'all are on the first train on this way to this destination where you're like, bitch, I have no idea where I'm going, but I trust it. I have faith in where I'm headed. Even on the dark days when, yeah, again, like I said, the path isn't lit. So when it's dark out and I have no idea what's going on, I can only see 10 feet in front of me, I have faith. This is also meant to be healing a part of your inner child, your inner compass. Okay. You see how she has her eyes closed, and this is like the adult version. It's like the child has the intuitive abilities. You have to listen to the inner child that is guiding you, the adult you, this version of you. It's guiding you. It's literally like an adult listening to a child's intuition. And people are going to look at you and be like, are you fucking kidding me? Why are you listening to that crazy ass child? Why are you? But for some reason you trust this child. You trust in this path. You trust this direction. If you're resonating with this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you trust in your path, if you trust in your direction, but you don't really see where you're going. You can't see anything but maybe 10 feet in front of you, but you trust the path. Give this video a thumbs up, because you're not alone. We're all in the same train that we can only see just a little bit ahead of us. But you have to have faith. You have to have trust and believe in a little bit of pixie dust. Okay. All right. So what I wrote down with this was direct guidance, or a push or a nudge in a specific direction. Self showed you once before, many times more, but you kept going astray. Nothing seemed good enough. Time was never right, but your higher self has had enough. You will naturally fall in line with the guidance of your highest path, thus in line with God's plan for your life. And then I channeled this specifically. A voice said, the wounds were self-inflicted. I am removing you so they cannot help you pick it. I'm going to read that again. The wounds were self-inflicted. I am removing you so they cannot help you pick it. I feel like I got to read that a third time. The wounds were self-inflicted. I am removing you so they cannot help you pick it. Okay. Let's sit with that for a minute, because I'm also getting here too. So they cannot help you pick it. God is removing you from a certain situation, from a certain place, or God is doing something, removing some sort of identity or an idea. God is also removing the voices that were influencing you away from your higher self. God's removing all of that, filtering out the BS. You may experience a quieter mind, or you may find yourself overstimulated, or you will experience more peace and more abundance and more joy in the quiet than ever. I feel as though you may find yourself like wanting to be in some peace and quiet, like where you used to want to play music, you might just want to hear absolutely nothing. When you used to want to call people just to have voices, you're going to want to just be alone. You just want to be still. And this is being encouraged. All right. We have the next set of cards coming out. We have devotion with Vesta. So devoted to this path, even though you can't see much further in front of you, devoted to the path. Ace of Wands, ambitious along the path. This Ace of Wands to me, this Ace of Wands sparks fires. So fire allows you to see in the dark. All that glitters. Yeah, you were definitely in an area, in a space where things like in this dark, certain things would shine, and you might go and explore, and then you have to discover that just because it shined in the dark didn't mean that it was gold. Okay. We have networker. It was just distractions. Spirit keeps talking about distractions along the way. You're in this darkness, maybe with other people in this darkness too. And maybe you see them shine and you want to go and help them shine a little bit brighter, or to help to dust them off. And then you ended up in the middle of their BS. Spirit's trying to show you that you cannot show them their own light, but you can only shine brighter, so that maybe, just maybe, it will help them find their own. Maybe. And it's not your responsibility to turn that maybe into a yes. Look at this. Conjunction. So coming together, Seven of Swords with the things that glitter that actually turn out to not be gold. Unfinished symphony. And something feels untouched or unreplenished or left out in the cold or left behind. Envious. Spirit's letting you know that there were certain things that would shine in the dark, and you thought, oh, it's someone like me. But you didn't realize that your light was even brighter than theirs. It was your light that shone light on them. And so that triggered them into this envious energy. And so you would wonder, like, they shine just like me. Why do they treat me like this? They shine just like me. Why do they do this? What, they shine just like me. No, they don't. They're working towards shining like you. And it would breed envy. This networker and this envy here. Like your light shines so bright that you barely saw the envy, the green in their eyes. And even if it's not them being malicious on purpose, it's still like the concept of evil eye. It's like the energy's still there. Even if it's not at the forefront of their mind, the energy's still there. And so because of that, you have to protect yourself. Remember, your light is so bright and only exposed their light because you shone so bright in the dark. And so you would think, oh my God, it's finally someone like me along this path, or finally some light along this path. And you would try to bring them along with you. And then you wonder why your life becomes stagnant. You wonder why this isn't working out. You wonder why you don't feel connected anymore. You wonder why you're so tired. You wonder why you're exhausted. Because they're draining you. They're dragging you down. And this is not saying that there's anything wrong with them. It's just that you cannot be in the same vicinity sometimes. You have to know when to keep your distance. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we are left with Cancer caretaker. That's it. You're in the you are the ultimate caregiver, but you can't be when you in the swamp, when you in the trenches. You can't. Okay. You can't, because some of them only have this shiny thing that they stole from somebody else to attract people like you. And then by the time they get you there, they steal from you again. And then they let you go on. And then the next shiny thing comes along and gets tricked in the same way. And the cycle just continues. And it's like, I'm literally seeing them like swamp people, like trying to drag you in by the ankles type shit. Okay, so Cancerian energy with the caretaker, the caregiver, with the Two of Cups to orphaned and observer. Sometimes they just gotta watch. And you have to know when they're not deserving of front row tickets or VIP access. You just, and this may have people looking at you like, oh, they're such a bitch. They think they're better than me. It's not about that, dog. I just got to focus on me and my path because I've been dragged down into the swamps before, into the trenches before, and I just can't take that chance right now. I can't. This is Spirit saying at this point in time, we can't spare any time. There's no time to spare on taking chances right now. There's no time to spare on uncertainty. And yes, technically your path ahead of you is all uncertain, but guess what? You're betting on yourself. There's no time for uncertainty when betting on others, but there's hella time to bet on uncertainty in yourself. Because at least that way the investment is all on you. All right? So that was just a quick little message, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and click off now. And I will be seeing Patreon, if not later today, it'll be very soon. What's today? Today's Saturday. Ideally, I would like to talk to Patreon later. Also, Patreon, maybe I'll do a little private live for us. So that, yeah, Patreon, we get private lives. Like, not to brag, but we're definitely bragging. Patreon gets private lives. And I think that that's how I want to do this next concept. And you'll, even if you don't make the Patreon live, you'll still have access to it privately. Okay. So let's get advice here to close out. Oh, child. Advice here to close out. Mercury, thoughts. Venus, love at the bottom of the deck. You can send them loving thoughts, send them loving prayers, but do not let them get any closer than that. You can provide service, but do not let them get a hold of your ankle because they will drag you into the murky water. Look, Queen of Swords, show love, but keep your distance. What is that one quote on TikTok? That's something that you gotta watch from a distance. Okay, there's someone that you gotta love from a distance. Okay. Oh my gosh, as I said, distance. We have observer here. Some people, look, I'm telling you, sometimes all you can do is pray for them. Send them your loving thoughts. All you could do is pray for them sometimes. I'm telling you. A change in the wind. This is your new life. Sometimes all you can do is pray for them, and that's the number 12. And also we have the 5 of Cups here. 5 represents the Hierophant. 12 represents the Hanged Man. Sometimes the best thing you can do is pray for them. Send them loving thoughts. Send them a good idea. But look at this. Keep your peace. Keep your peace. I love you too. Let's see. One more. Chemistry. You'll know when it's safe to come down. Oh, wow. You'll know when it's safe to come down. You'll know when it's safe to come back around. And guess what? Because look at this chemistry card. First of all, let's look at how they're in the darkness. And look at how she's holding that flame, that spark. And look at here, reunion. There's someone or something that you got to leave behind. But as one door closes, another one opens. You will either be reunited with this same feeling again, or you will be reunited with this person again once they get up on your level, Get up on your level. Okay. Get up on my level by Kevin Gates. Okay. Kevin Gates has been coming through really strong. So Get Up on My Level by Kevin Gates. That's your assignment. Listen to that song. All right, you guys. I'm sending you so much love, so much life. Not you, not you crying. Sending you guys so much love. See you next time. Don't forget to join Patreon if you want in on that private live. See you next time. Bye. Bye.